Nintendo Switch Sports is a long-awaited return to the casual sports series from Nintendo. Just like in the hit 2006 original, you can play tennis, bowling, and a variety of other events, and this time around you can play them with people from all over the world, not just those in your living room. Rather than limiting you to Mii's, Nintendo Switch Sports allows you to customize your appearance using its very own character creator. With a few button presses, I was able to create a rather convincing recreation of Princess Daisy from the Mario series. Just like Wii Sports, you can also select a Mii if that's more to your liking. Wii Sports had no accessory options beyond pro-themed gear. In Switch Sports though, you can unlock a huge variety of items through playing the various different games, from special sports equipment to outfits, caps, makeup and more. Some of these are time limited, and the game will only let you unlock 2 items per week if you don't have a Nintendo Switch Online membership. Indeed, the game shines a lot more in online multiplayer than offline, so an online membership is all but required if you want to enjoy this game to the full. Some may disagree with the practice of asking for additional payment for a full-priced game, but we think most regular Nintendo Switch players will have an online pass anyway at this point, so this is largely a non-issue. In Wii Sports you had 5 events: tennis, baseball, bowling, golf and boxing. Switch Sports brings 6 events to the table, with potentially more on the way as DLC. Firstly, you have volleyball. Like the other sports, the gameplay is fairly simple, as you'd expect from the series, but it's well executed and fun to land those perfect hits and spikes. You'll pair up with a teammate to take on another team, and you'll gain points that go towards unlocking cosmetics whether you win or lose. Then there's badminton, which essentially plays out like a simpler version of the original Wii Sports tennis. Swing your Joy-Con to hit the shuttlecock and wait for the opponent to whiff their timing so you can land a power shot and score a point. That's pretty much all there is to it. It's fun in its simplicity. Bowling is undoubtedly one of the most fondly remembered games from Wii Sports, so Nintendo had some pretty big expectations to live up to with its appearance in Switch Sports. By default, you'll play a survival mode, where players who don't score in the top half or so will be eliminated from the game. The music isn't quite as good as that lovely theme tune from the original, but all the gameplay is here, the animations are smoother and more intuitive this time around, and it feels just as satisfying to land spares and strikes. Once again, it's one of the best modes in the game. Football is a new addition to the Wii Sports series, and it's executed pretty well. You'll participate in a team of 4 players and have a variety of moves at your disposal, from different types of kicks to passing, sprinting, jumping, and a powerful diving header. It's not quite as fast-paced and exciting as Rocket League, but it does feel extremely good to score a goal and win the day for your team, and the stamina system encourages you to save up your sprint meter for those crucial plays. It's a solid and well-presented, if not exhilarating, mode. Chambara is an interesting take on 1v1 combat. Whereas Wii Sports had the fan-favourite boxing mode, Chambara is based around swordplay. The motion controls are a step up from boxing back in the day, so you can pretend to be a swordsman or samurai, even replicating their moves to knock your opponent out of the ring. The guarding mechanic is a little confusing at first, but overall this is a pretty solid event. Lastly, there's tennis, the game that arguably makes or breaks the title. Nintendo haven't tried anything particularly bold here. It doesn't have any gimmicks like Mario Tennis Aces, it's just pure tennis doubles where you swing the Joy-Con to knock the ball into the other court. If it's a tried and true formula, why change it? It still works after all these years, and the graphical overhaul is undeniably appealing, although nostalgic fans might still prefer the original with its charming presentation. We'd have liked to have seen something along the lines of baseball, since that was a great event back in the original. Golf isn't in the game at the time of this video, but it will apparently be coming to Switch Sports in an update soon, so that's something to look forward to. There was something about Wii Sports that made it really fun, both in solo and local multiplayer modes, with its simple but polished gameplay. We'd say Switch Sports doesn't quite reach the same heights of perfection, and it doesn't bring anything particularly new to the table, but it's still a very well presented and engaging, if shallow, title with lots of items to unlock. Its online mode isn't particularly deep, this is a casual series after all, but it's fun for all the family, and that's what counts. For me though, the best part of the game was being able to play as Daisy.